Landlord project. Going to show you a little before and after. This is a house that we have owned for I think 19 years. The past renter, he's been here, well, unfortunately he just passed away. Been here for 15 years, and for 15 years I've done virtually nothing to the house. He lived there by himself, but it's going to need some redoing, so I'm going to do a little video before and after and try to update you as I go along to show you the process of how we get these houses fixed back up and ready for rent again. First of all, coming in the front door is in bad shape, so I'm going to replace that. And you can see we got a little bit of a mess. He lived by himself. I guess he was in his 80s. And I got some duct work to do for the air conditioning. And coming into the bathroom, which kind of go room to room, stuff I've already kind of looked at. Seats cracked, got to put a new sink in. The bezel's busted, I'll make one of those. It's no problem. What's left of the sliding glass doors, I always hate those things. I'm gonna pull those out completely, just put up a shower curtain. I'm gonna get rid of the border. I don't like the border. These doors, it's kind of weird. When they built these houses back in 80s, I guess it was, they have this weird, it's actually like a paper material. I mean, it's real wood. It's not like that particle stuff, so it's strong wood, but they have this paper-like stuff to make it look like it's a wood grain when it's really not, but it's really slick and it's hard to do anything with. So what I've been doing on these houses for rental anyways, it makes it a lot quicker. The process is I get me a satin finish. I paint the walls, the trim, and the door jambs all the same color. It makes it quick. Then I paint the doors a darker shade. And in fact, you'll see when I start putting the color on. I got this idea years ago. I used to, sometimes I'd have smokers. I don't rent to smokers much anymore. But, when you take down a picture after a smoker lived here or in a house, you'd see the difference in the paint. So I got the idea. I said, well, if someone's going to smoke, why don't you just go ahead and why don't I just paint the walls the color of smoke, and then you won't tell it so much. So that's what I did. I got this color. It's sort of a very light tan, and it works really well. I do all the walls in that satin finish. So all this dark trim will be painted over. Now I'll have to go, before I do that, I'll have to prime it with some good oil-based primer so that the latex paint will stick to it. This room, look, after 15 years, the walls are in really good shape, and the paint even. He wasn't a smoker, but I'm gonna put in new blinds. I do see, I think I got an issue here. You can see these cracks. See the crack? You got a crack up this door, and you got a crack here. Let me see even if the door closed. See, the door's not closing, so I've got a problem with the floor joist. And right in this area, because I know these houses well, they're all built the same. Well, down in the closet, that's the main water valve, and on the back wall is the bathroom. So there's probably a water leak at one time, and it's got probably some damage to that floor joist. And these houses only have 2x6 floor joist, which is not very strong. So I'll jack it up, scab another floor joist under it, get the wall up straight again, get rid of those cracks, and get the doors to close. So that's on my to-do list. Of course, all the carpet will come up. Get it gone. Let me see, was there anything else major in this room? That's pretty much it. Okay, and this is the master. Of course, new blinds in here. Just pull up the carpet, new paint. This room will be ready to go. Some of the baseboard. This house has baseboard heaters, but originally when it was built, it was an electric baseboard heat. But you can see also it's got central air. I put central air in it right after I bought the place. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to prime these heaters and I'll repaint them, make them look good instead of taking them out. That way they got two sources of heat, at least that way. And so, it's a pain. You take them out, you got to piece the baseboard, put down new baseboard and all that stuff. So I'm just going to leave them in. So yeah, this room's pretty good. We just got some holes to patch up, paint, no problem here. I got a bad light switch, let's change that. And let me see, what else have I got to do here? The room just paint, pull up all the carpet, and Here's the kitchen. It's a pretty good mess. Dishwasher's pulled out because actually the old dishwasher, here's part of it here. It was a Maytag, and I took it apart, tested it. The circuit board was bad. But after doing some research, that particular brand seems to eat circuit boards, and the circuit board was like $85 on Amazon, and it's just not worth it. I think I bought this dishwasher used for $50. So I always keep stuff like that on hand. I think I got 2 more dishwashers in my warehouse. If I want to come across a good deal, I'll pick one up. And I got some rotten wood. We've had a leak under here, so I'll put in some new wood. Get that fixed. I'm gonna take down the ugly blue border. Another thing I'm going to do is, you can see all this paneling. I'm going to pull this off, and that'll open up the kitchen a little bit. People can put their trinkets on top. Wash down the wood cabinets real well. Clean up the stove. Going to put down new linoleum. Of course, new vertical blinds. Yeah, the flies. I'll get the flies gone. I'm going to put up new bezels here. And then this is kind of weird design. I don't know why they got that. 2 lights in the kitchen. One switch is over here by the door that turns on one light, and this other switch here turns on this light. Maybe one was designed for a ceiling fan at one time, but what I'm going to do, because they're mismatched, I'm going to get me another fixture that looks like this and hang it here, and then I'm going to get 2 matching bezels, and the bezels are like $5 a piece, so at least it'll have a matching set of lights. And I'm changing out the refrigerator. God, that thing is so old. It don't even have an automatic defroster in it. It's full of ice. So I done got a refrigerator to go in place. And let me see here. Yeah, like we got a garage. See what kind of. Just go in here and clean it out real good. It's got a good garage door. It needs a good cleaning. Of course, out front the shutters need. I'm going to repaint those. So you'll notice a big difference as we go along, and then that way we'll get it rented out again, hopefully to another long-term renter for another 15 years. That would be nice, but that's kind of rare to have someone stay with you that long. So we're going to miss the old fella. So I guess that's all I got today to say today. You saw the before. Now here's the after. Took down all the shutters, got them repainted, painted around the garage door, cleaned the garage door up good, and we hung a new door. I repainted that nasty thing. It was all coming apart, and here we go inside now. I always put down this some vinyl flooring here at the doorway and leave enough room where people can kick off their shoes, and even a little bit further and run it into the closet too. So that way everything stays dry, keeps the carpet looking good. And you see we've got all new carpet. All the walls look much better. Hauled off everything, got rid of all that. Put up all new blinds in the house. If you remember earlier in the video, at some point in time I showed that big gouge that was cut out in the doorway. I just put some of that putty in there, plastic putty filler, wood filler. Took care of that. Got new door hinges on. And remember the bezel was busted and gone. Well, it's awful bright. There it is. Made a new bezel. Got that working. Oh, yeah, put in a new sink, new faucets, kitchen and bath. Here's the back room. We used all the old door knobs. They were still working fine. We put them back on. The master bedroom. We painted the. Oh, you remember the baseboard heaters are all rusty and a nasty mess. Sanded them, painted them. Put in new floor registers. Got rid of all those old rusty ones. Got that done. I even painted that. That looks good. Here's the 3rd bedroom. And let's see here. And here's the kitchen floor we put in new. Turned out really nice. And cleaned up the old stove. I put in another refrigerator with an ice maker. Put in another dishwasher. Had a good used one. It works great. See how the cabinets turned out. Remember the cabinets were just god-awful mess. And I just took stain and I scrubbed them down good with some TSP trisodium phosphate, hot water, got all the grease and grime off of them, and went back with some stain over top of them. And if you remember right, and we had some missing pieces down here, and I had to make them, and that turned out pretty well. Got the new shelf put in there. Put in a new faucet. Only thing I like, I got to put some caulk on the back of the sink. I haven't done that yet. That's the last step. Remember how I took out the paneling when there was paneling all the way across the top. Kind of made it, everything kind of feel closed in, ripped all that out. And when I did, I found that wire draping straight down. So I used some track lighting to hide the wire, run it back through, and hook up the light. Put in some new bezels here on the light fixtures because they was gone. New vertical blinds. Guys moving in tomorrow. We painted this up, spruced up the wash and dryer area. There's my door stoppers that use those furniture sliders. I guess that's what they're called. You get like 12 of them for $5. They work great. And here's the garage. It looks much better. Always keep a note here. I'll save the leftover vinyl and carpet in case there's any damage. It's done. We can patch them back up. Got the garage all cleaned up, looking good. So she's ready to rent. I think this project took about a little over 3.5 weeks, maybe, something like that. But we're all finished with it now. Thought you might like to see what you can do with an old beat up house.